Oh, you son of a... Welcome back, everyone, to Let's Play Sunless Sea with me, BrainBoy 20. Where we last left off, we were at Pigmoat Island. If you'll excuse me. What is my current request for the Admiralty? Okay, I was paid. Did we go to Pigmoat Island? Hang on. What are our current objectives? Okay, from Polythereme. I could have sworn we went to Pigmoat Island. Or did I run away? Okay, and I'm trying to figure things out here. Hang on. Okay. What port reports, if any, do we have? Is there a way I could actually check this? My terror seems about right. I was paid, my Admiralty favors are low, Antiquarian's also low. Time the healer is ever changing. Like, I have to check, did it actually... Okay, hang on. Okay, last time through, what's in my hold? Okay, so we did go home. The Ironclad Will, Hunter's Eye, Beginner's Luck, Free Evening. Well, actually, what am I doing here? I could just check the map. Yeah, we went to Pigmoat Island, but we just avoided the place. Okay, that fixes everything. I'm sorry about that, everyone. I legitimately forgot that I thought we were at port in Pigmoat Island. But I guess we didn't, and we're going to stop by Khan's Shadow then. Seriously? Hang on. Yeah, no. Yeah. We avoided Saint's Haven. No, I could have sworn we stopped in Saint's Haven last episode, and I think it just teleported me to Gator's Morn for some reason. Ah well, we'll go back down there on our way back, because I wanted to start this episode in Pigmoat Island. Anyway, let's gather intelligence. Unusual activity. The Whispers at the Carnage Tree Ramen resupplied here last week, under a flag of careful truce. That implies something interesting about Carnate fleet movements. The Admiralty would love to know more. We actually succeeded in this challenge for once, and we have strategic information. And a port report of Gator's Morn. Let's explore the Morn. Let's turn the situation around. No, I have stories for you. Fresh from the sea, he has experienced horror and wonder, but so have you, and your tale is so much fresher. You wrestle with each other's histories until at last he concedes. Here, he says, this is where it all began, with the astronomer and the ephemerides. Ephemerides, he whispers in your ear. I have 50 fragments, lost 2 terror, lost a Z story, and lost a tale of terror. But again, 50 fragments, I guess that's all well and good. Alright. I'd love to... I guess Pigmoat Island will have to wait. Because with the path I want to take, I don't know if I can actually afford a detour to Pigmoat Island. Yeah. I will head to Khan's Shadow then. And I'm sorry if I forgot the introduction this time around, but this spawn legitimately confused me. Which also speaks to how long ago I've actually played this, or how much my memory is going away because I've started Let's Playing and having a very weird schedule while waiting for work. Which I'm still trying to restart. not going to cut this out because the journey to Khan's Shadow is not a long one, and we get to go by the Khanate, and I know people like listening to this music. I know or at least I like listening to this music, and thus you'll have to suffer for my enjoyment. I'm almost certain we stopped at Pigmoat Island. I'm going to check back on that, and I'll have a small editing here somewhere that'll say yes or no. But anyway, welcome to Khan's Shadow. We're going to make sure we buy the Mirror Catch locked box this time, so we can actually finish the Tireless Mechanics story. And let's compile a port report. And shops. Now, if you'll excuse me, give me a Mirror Catch box, you dick. Ooh. I might really want to buy a captivating treasure. Do I really want to get a captivating treasure? Maybe. We'll wait on that. I'd rather keep my funds together. Anyway. As we know for a fact, we can't do anything with Khan's Heart or Khan's Glory. I will see you all once we arrive in either Polythereme or Godfall. Shops, do you have anything I could purchase here? Nope. And what's my hold looking like? Absolutely nothing of use. Alright, I will see you all once we arrive at the location that's named eludes me for now. That eludes me for now. Polythereme. I don't know why I thought it was Mount Palmerston. Anyway, so long. Welcome back. We are approaching Polythereme. We stopped by Godfall, but since nothing happened there, there's no point in just showing it. Alright, let's gather some intelligence. Port report to Polythereme, and colony contact. Gained a tale of terror, gained 1 terror. And we gained another piece of strategic information. And then we will carry Clayman to London. But I'm not going to turn those in, because I've got a very specific thing I still need to do. I love how in the online segment, I didn't notice this until now, but when I have started in Polythereme and the thumbnail for my videos has this Clayman's image, his eyes are completely blacked out, but here you can actually see his eyes. Little funny thing here. Why did I stop here for a second? Shops, shipyard, I can buy weird clay, but there's no point to that. Anyway, since we're finished here in Polythereme, we shall go to Palmerston, and I will catch you all when we get back there. When we get to Palmerston, after we say a little bit of hi to the friendly face. Anyway, see you in a bit. Unfortunately, we immediately came into contact with some unfinished pirates. Thankfully, I was able to kill the lights fast enough, and they didn't notice me until that happened. Please, get out of lights. Don't shoot. Don't shoot. Please. You can't see this. I'm John Cena, I swear. You can't see this. Okay, they can quite clearly see me, but they can't keep up with me. And that's good enough. Okay. We're approaching Palmerston. There's no reason to cut the video out now. Plus, you would miss out on this epic music. You know, I had more than enough supplies to stop at Pigmoat, but we might as well stop at everything on the north, and I'm not even going to figure out what tried to attack me there. I'm just going to go to Palmerston. No, let's go up the crater. They say the road to hell is paved with good intentions, but the road to the Brimstone Convention is paved with cinders. Independent verification. The brass embassy has asked you for independent verification of Deviless's intelligence. It's possible that you might be somehow able to eavesdrop on the convention. Somehow. Let's not piss her off just yet. only got 35 mirrors, and the odds are I'm not going to be able to, get past each skill check. Give the Deviless the news from the embassy, but not the gift. You've already sold it. She'll never know. This will gain you 150 echoes. I don't know why. It's probably good not to anger the devils. Give the Deviless the news from the embassy and the gift. The Deviless keeps little snakes as pets now, each no bigger than her little finger. She scratches their heads. She calls them by name, and once, when she thinks you aren't looking, she pops one in her mouth and chews it like a licorice treat. What did they say? She asks. Delight. The Deviless opens a parcel. A Manita sherry. She pours you each a splashy glass, chattering giddily. She blushes when she sees you push the glass away. Force of habit. I don't really want to poison you. It's such good news, isn't it? Do you really think they trust me? I would so love to get away from that ghastly little rock, back to where souls glow and the dances never end. So listen, I have something more valuable for them. The names of 7 devils back home who remain loyal to the aristocracy, to Brimstone. Here, take the names, give them to the embassy, ask them if I can come home. Sail swiftly, my brave captain. All my hope rests with you. It's giving you a second more valuable message for the brass embassy, which has been cut off. Oh well. Message for the bra. Yes. Now we'll gather a port report. I can't independently verify yet, but I'm going to avoid messing with mirrors for right now. Anyway, let's shove off, and hopefully whatever caused us to go into combat mode does not reappear. Anyway, when I come back, I'm going to probably stop by the Chapel of Lights. Yeah, I'll go to Abbey Roach, Chapel of Lights, down to Station 3, through the Salt Lions, and then back to London. Considering I am still missing from my hold the Foxfire candles, which will allow me to complete the Clayman quest. Anyway, see you then. If anything shows up, spoke too soon. It's the unfinished pirates, isn't it? Okay, there's nothing to worry about there. Back to what I was saying before. If anything shows up before Station 3, I will bring us back into the video. If not, well, see you at Station 3. Well, we found a random event here when I tried to get a port report from the Chapel of Lights. A discarded face. Captain! I found this in the bilges. The sailor holds it out, grimacing, a sheet of human skin with holes for eyes, no thin mouth. You recognize the mustache clinging to its ragged lip, the mustache of the ragged crewman you rescued. He must have been one of those face-stealing abominations they call snuffers, but whose face is the snuffer wearing now? Have the ship's doctor examine your crew. Each eye is the other sidelong. Your physician can provide a more educated evaluation. Use a ruse. Snuffers, the stories say, eat candles. They are too cunning to be caught by the bait of common candles, but if you could render something rare... Where the heck do I get strange catches? Seek out the enemy as best as you can. Snuffers are masters of concealment, and it may not even have taken another crew member yet. Perhaps it's waiting in the shadows. I guess the best option I can possibly take is ship's doctor examination. Unmasked. Snuffers are more malleable than men. This one has relocated its internal organs for its own convenience. Your physician identifies an errant lung and shouts the alarm. Your crew beats the missing horror to the deck. That was Hillary! Yelps the bosun. In a terrified rage, they rearrange its organs more violently and permanently. The snuffer is dead. You've lost a crew? A certain matter has become clear. And I succeeded in a hearts challenge. Well, that was certainly interesting. I briefly thought, why not attend a service at the chapel, but I'd rather have more supplies first. So anyway, after that little exciting affair, I will see you all once again at the shores of Station 3. So long. Random event ho! Unfinished! A grating roar below decks. One among your claymen cargo, missing something usual, like obedience, temperance, or sense of humor. Wait it out. You had prudently stored the clayman in your secure storage. Let it try to break free. You'll deal with it when it's exhausted, but it won't end at L for any other clayman here. Destroy it, regrettable, but these things must be done, or negotiate. Risky, but these things must be done right. Awkwardly destroying it is the one that has 1% more of a chance to succeed. Oh god. Bullets were powerless, clubs barely more so. At last you finished it yourself, with a sledgehammer, not before it wreaked havoc amongst your crew. Lost one clayman marked for London, and failed a challenge. Oh my gosh. Why must we do this again? I will see you all at Station 3. Why? No, not dealing with the Jilly Fulua right now. In fact, I might just save state just to get it out of here. Be right back. Well, awkwardly enough, I didn't have any recent news. Then I knocked at the iron-studded gate. Although I have no recent news, nothing. Far away, a great bell tolls, drizzle begins to fall, you sneeze. Interesting, I didn't realize that's what happened. Alright, anyway, back to what I was doing beforehand. Why did I do that when I was going to be doing this random event? Wait a while and see. Exotic refuse. The covenant is silent. A flue lights prick its bulk. Bells sound the times of prayer. You're almost ready to give up when the slide door opens. 4 nuns march out, carrying something wrapped in a blanket, and fling it into the sea. You creep down to examine it. It was likely unidentifiable, even before the nuns used it for weapon practice. Now it leaks fluid from a dozen puncture wounds, but it still smells of the sea. You've got a strange catch. Good. Alright. Enough of this unprofessionalism. I will be back soon. And we are back at approaching Station 3. Except it's probably jumping all over the place, but I don't mind at this point. This is a very hectic episode. And I really should just do this all in one bulk recording. Station 3. Let us do another errand for the Acolyte. Let's guard the yard a little bit more. Or, actually, questions for the Acolyte. Let's ask what becomes of the contents of the bowls. Materials for export. The useful ones go to the masters, and everything else to the dump, she says. That's the purpose of this all. Wouldn't be needed otherwise. The topic makes her nervous. She doesn't look at you, but she's twisting her hands together. Between her glove and her sleeve is a web of old white scars, as though her skin had frozen and cracked and healed again. She pulls the sleeve into place when she sees you looking. And I've gained another 10 fragments. Ooh. The conversation is taking place in a corner of the building, on makeshift furniture fashioned out of emptied coffins. It feels strangely homely. Strangely homey. What about you, she asks. Is there any secret you struggle not to tell anyone? Say no and mean it. Your conscience is clear. Say no dishonestly. There's nothing she needs to hear. Admit you do have certain secrets. Who doesn't? Or tell the whole horrible truth. Perhaps it will interest her. Or invent something pleasingly awful to tell her. Who knows, perhaps she'll believe you. Well, seeing as I don't have a lamentable relic, we'll say no and mean it. You shake your head. You might have expected her to be disappointed that there's no story, but if anything, she looks pleased. Perhaps she has enough dark past and sinister illusions around her. I've gained some favor. The export in darkness. Candlelight warms this corner of the building. The austere acolyte has pushed her goggles away from her face and set out a light meal. A bottle of Greyfield's 1882 is open to breathe. It is the most comfortable you have seen her yet. Turn the conversation. You've discussed enough serious matters for one evening. Ask what she thinks of the work she does. Perhaps she's willing to confide in you. Express your personal admiration from her. The eyes behind the goggles are an unexpected shade of green. Let's try to be charming. Let's try to be something I'm most definitely not in real life. First times for everything. She smiles, she lowers her eyes. She's obviously not surprised. The environment is perhaps not very comfortable for this sort of thing, but you make do. Later, much later, when you hear her singing at her work again, it's all about a wax shepherdess melting in the fields and a humid kiss of a steam locomotive. You choose to see this as a compliment. And I've gained 10 favors of the Acolyte. Summons to the low building. The Acolyte sends you a message requesting assistance with a difficult autopsy. The message emphasizes silence and discretion. Find out what she wants. Perhaps there will be something in it for you. A locked coffin. The coffin is branded with iron and triple lock. Leave for the chief, it's labeled. The austere Acolyte is standing over it with a crowbar and a fixed expression. She breaks the lock and pries off the lid. The body inside is her own, or rather, it has her nose, her cheekbones, her long fingers. Its hair is longer, and something about its eyes makes it appear more dissolute. But it is, or at least it could be, her twin. Her death was my fault, says the Acolyte bleakly, so of course she comes back to me. We could discourage her for doing this autopsy. Her leader must have locked this particular box for her own protection, or help her, as this won't be an easy one. I almost feel like discouraging her. Almost. But it is my duty to help, and let's resolve this. The unbound knot. The growth is not in such a difficult place that she has any difficulty finding it, but the Acolyte works slowly and grimly. She talks angrily to the corpse. She talks to it about their childhood together. She calls it sister. She resents it for dying, considers it careless, but also blames herself. The metal ball is lumpy and hard, under the breastbone. When the Acolyte gets back to the center, she pushes the ball towards you. As an afterthought, she lets you borrow her goggles as well. The secret, when you can focus enough to make it out, is this. The austere Acolyte's twin was not her twin, not her sister at all. The Acolyte never had a sister. This being took up wearing a mirror of her face early in her childhood. It was drawn by her early promise, by the likelihood of her success. Tell her the truth. What a relief it would be for her to know she wasn't to blame for her sister's death. Or invent a comforting lie. How lonely she would be to learn that her childhood's companion was not her sister at all. Here's where it comes back to bite me. Not upping my skills with my secrets. And I can't really go back to my offices. And I think I might lose this storylet if I go back to my offices, so we shall tell her the truth. Not what she expected. The news does not comfort her. When she hears it, she takes the scalpel back up and continues the autopsy, dismantling the corpse down to the small organs. She won't talk. She won't sing. The pellet of dark matter sits on its tray. I've gained some favor with the Acolyte. Once more, you encounter the Acolyte one more time. Apologize, she doesn't look overjoyed to see you. Ask her after her situation. It seems unlikely that the other Acolytes offer one another much consolation. You've never seen any sign of friendship between them, anyhow. Or we can offer her real consolation. Offer her the consolation of friendship. Long into the night, she visits you aboard the ship and you talk for hours, lit only by the jaws of phosphorescent beetles. Her stories cover many incidents, past and present. Many famous people she attended while she was still a practicing doctor. Certain details of rubbery man anatomy she found astonishing. You and she will never speak like this again. You are leaving, and she does not expect you to be on the island by the time you might She does not expect to be on the island by the time you might return. That's what makes it so easy to talk, and so comforting. I now have this, a dream of red. Gain 2 hearts and a secret. And of course, the Neath claims another. Such is the tale of the Acolyte. We've gained a little heart from the insight, and we've lost a friend. Well, without further ado, let's shove off for London once more. I will see you all when we make it back to London. So long. Well, we are slowly approaching port for London once more. And by slowly, I mean slowly. However, we're going to get the Foxfire Candle secure compartment, because I've already learned my bloody lesson, considering I lost all my crew again. And a host of other things that should hopefully fix... we should be able to hopefully fix our troops over. Or at least, we should fix a lot of issues that would appear in the future. I also learned something horrible about fog banks, as evidenced by my 44 terror. Do not enter fog banks, even with your lights on. Yep, here comes the revenue man. I don't need to hide anything, thankfully, so, go away. Collect messages from the Harbour Master. I've gained a free evening. That's all for now. Something has changed underneath, and someone wants to sign on. Brass Embassy, let's pass on the Deviless's second message to the Urbane Devil. He waits with a friendly smile that exposes his neat white teeth. Incendiary material. He reads the letter and emits a long, low whistle that resonates oddly in the metal fittings and gives you the faintest tingle of a toothache. There are some very senior names here. Very senior indeed. She wants to come home, eh? Well, either she'll be telling us straight, in which case Brimstone will have her baked in a pie, or she's trying to swindle us, in which case, well, I'd like to see her so I can warm up my own pie oven. Either way, yes, the time has come. Bring her here, will you? We'll pay her fair. Thank you so much. You've advanced the cause of hell today. I would have loved to second guess it, but, well, my mirror's skill is kind of low. I'm not the most observant gentleman. Anyway, the Alarming Scholar, strange catch, I'm not giving that away. There's so many other better reasons I could use, the better things I could use my strange catch for. I will burn a couple of echoes, and I will gain some crew. Let's look at the new recruit really quick. We can engage Zayla, but I'd actually rather go to London. More crew. And I'm at the max level. Perfect. I'm not going to deliver to the Clayman just yet. I've got my own things to deal with here. And we'll first ditch all the port reports. Everything that we've already done before. And we have the Kumayan Canal. Well, if you've been there, I suppose you may as well hear about it. The fee is nominal, though. Mere 5 echoes. No reason to do anything there. Chapel of Lights. Polythereme. Khan's Shadow. Which is always lovely to get that terror reduction. It's great. Salt Lions. And ask if there's anything in particular that they need. We need to go to the Gator's Mourn, which is just fine by me. It brings us close enough to the, whatever its name was. Pigmote Isle. Strategic information. What's that? Indeed, indeed! I'll send you up directly to speak with the Admiral himself. We shall pass on 1 level of strategic information, gain 1 Favor's Admiralty, and 150 echoes. And we'll pass on the second strategic information, which if you'll remember we got from the... I think we got it from Gator's Morn. I'm certain we got it from Gator's Morn. I think. Ah well. And with nothing else to do, let us continue to explore. My lodgings... No, let's peruse the Wolfstack docks. Sea shanties, good companionship, and the warmth of a pub fire. My terror is not dropping at all. My ship is relatively undamaged though, so we're going to just go to our lodgings and we're going to rest in our elegant townhouse. Lost 15 terror, we lost 100 echoes, but who cares? I'm not going to sell any heirlooms yet or make any, because I can't. Hang on. What are the colors that we needed? In the hold, we have a dream of red. This is a chapter of the Crimson Book, that notorious compilation of love stories long sought by the masters. Wait, what? Interesting. Alright. Oh, and a strange catch. We can lure submerged ZBs to the surface if we drop a strange catch in the waters. However, I still don't know if we can actually purchase a strange catch anywhere. I don't see a place to buy that. Oh well. Okay, we're buying a secure compartment. I've learned my bloody lesson. And I forgot why I didn't bother. Equips to aft. We don't have an aft. So I just wasted a couple $100. Echoes, sorry. Okay, where is that Foxfire candle? Supplies up to 12. Fuel back up to near 20, even though our hold is basically full. And with nothing more to do, we're going to shove off before the end of the episode, as I really wish to see what the Tireless Mechanic's story is. So let's go, shall we? We're at one less fuel, but we might as well end our goal at Hunter's Keep, or end the episode there. And I also realize this is going to be a bit nightmarish to edit, if only because... just because of all the breaks I put into it. Not that that's a really bad thing, it's just it's really annoying. Anyway, to Hunter's Keep. Who knows, we might try the quest of the bandage potioneer next. Anyway, Hunter's Keep and ruins. Let's excavate the cellar. Right, the mechanic says. That's a problem. The pool we need is down there. He points to the ruins. I'm afraid we're gonna have to do some digging. 5 supplies, 1 claimant marked for London, 1 empty mirror catch box, a foxfire candle, learning about the tireless mechanic, and no more than a serpent trap, which is at 0. Beneath the Hunter's Keep. It takes a full day to clear away sufficient ruins to reach the cellars. In the deepest sub-cellar, your candles illuminate a litter of tumbled stones, the remnants of a temple. The signs in the stones have a Carnigan look. A pool in the cellar center is almost dry. The raining water there seethes oddly in the candlelight, as if it were near boiling, but it's quite cool to the touch. The writhing river flows near here, the mechanic remarks. One of the tributaries of Dream. My enemies find me when I sleep, but this water will attract my enemies to this poor fellow. He bends to dip his hand in the water and sketches a sign on the clayman's forehead. The man watches him stolidly. The mechanic hands him the mirror catch box. Hold this, he says. Keep it open. Don't let go, no matter what happens. The clayman's huge hands enfold the box. There, the mechanic says, turning to you. A serpent trap. Now I can sleep. I can finally sleep. He smiles. And then I think I may be able to offer you something rather interesting. Speak to the mechanic on board ship to advance the story further. Lost 1 clayman marked for London, lost a Firefox candle, 1 mirror catch box, and 5 supplies. But I have a serpent trap. And with that, I think I'll end the episode here. I hope you've all enjoyed watching. This has been BrainBoy20 with Let's Play Sunless Sea. If you enjoyed the episode, feel free to like, comment, or subscribe, or any combination of the three, and I will see you all next time. Finally got it down. Finally. Yeah, so long.